She sweated from the awkwardness, but kept up with her gluing. She knew that she should do her job no matter what others were doing. Hey girls, look, it's a spotted falcon! Oh, that's a stick. Hi, welcome to the Jordan Michael Tuesday Show. We're just over here doing some bird watching.
Really?
Yeah, and as soon as these girls are done eating their egg salad sandwiches, we can go on our hike.
That's what I've been looking at. Look.
What am I looking at?
We haven't been sitting here only taking 2 bites of our sandwich. And you told us to hurry up and eat.
I told you to hurry up and eat. Yes, that's true, but you haven't really taken a bite of your sandwich yet.
Hey! What's all this? Daddy told you to eat your sandwich and you haven't even taken one lousy bite? You're the worst! You're the worst-est. At least I was righteous enough to take 2 bites. You're the one not eating. Oh, that's right. Pass the buck.
Well, our verse for today comes out of Matthew 7:3-5, and it says, "Why do you look at the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, and behold, the log is in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye."
Well, it's a good thing that you and I aren't brothers.
Yeah, it applies to sisters too.
Aw, man!
It also reminds me of 3 not elves that worked in a toy shop far, far away. In a little elfish cottage, down a little elfish hall, in a little elfish village, there lived no elves at all. But there were 3 people working, for a good amount of pay, on building toys for boys and girls in somewhere far away. The head of their department was a jolly old not elf, who said,
"You glue, you pack, you stamp, and put it on the shelf."
It seemed a perfect plan to them, and the first one started gluing. The second grabbed the toy to pack, and stopped what they were doing.
Remember back 5 years ago when we packaged smoke alarms? You put a stamp on 9 or 10, then said, "Ouch, my arm, my arm." I don't think that this is smart. We shouldn't trust you with stamp. I'm afraid you'll start out real good and then get one of those cramps.
Remember when we packaged mouse traps and you mistakenly packaged a cat? It was my grandma's pet. To this day, she's still looking for that. Remember when we were in electrical? Well, that was real exciting. You sat on the box to make it fit and crushed all of the lighting. You shouldn't pack unless you want a mass return of lamps. Our department competes with others, you know, and I want to be the champs.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
She told you so. Wipe off that creepy smirk.
Blue Guy said to straighten them out.
Y'all should get back to work. She's right. And it's my job to sit here and make sure you're doing your job right.
Well, it's my job to make sure you're doing your job right.
But then who's gonna... I was just wondering if you're both quality control, who's gonna be the laborer? Okay.
She sweated from the awkwardness, but kept up with her gluing. She knew that she should do her job no matter what others were doing. Every 3 minutes, the phrase
"You're not working"
came out of one of the 2, of which the other would promptly reply,
"Oh yeah? Well, neither are you."
In walked the head of departments again. "You're not working" is what they just said. They realized they hadn't got anything done, and they quickly both turned bright red. Glue Girl was promoted to a higher position. She did what she needed to do. Then Head Guy turned round and looked at the rest and said,
"I need to talk to you two. You work on your stuff and you work on yours. Not looking at all at the other. Once you've done your part and you've done it well, then you can come help each other."
You know what's really good news is God doesn't hold us accountable for the choices, decisions, and sins that other people make. But He does hold us accountable for our own. And as we pay attention to growth and obedience to God in our own lives, then we can turn around and help others in love with growth in their life. And if we'll do that, God has a way of taking us exactly where He wants us to be, no matter what someone else in our life is doing. Speaking of which, girls, it really doesn't matter what each other is doing. Each one of you will only go up the hill if your own sandwich is eaten.
Do we have to eat it, or can that huge bird eat it?
Tweet!
Yikes!
Give me the sandwiches, Tweet, Tweet!
That's the second biggest bird I've ever seen. Just finished up filming today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Leave a comment, subscribe, think about your church schedule in 2023. We are traveling through. We want to do the live show at your church. And remember, for all those who choose to support us on Patreon, you'll get less money than you had. Oh.